Shwmae, I'm here in Margam in South Wales. I'm heading to find and explore the magnificent Brombil reservoir. Now Brombil is a bit of a hidden gem in the South Wales valleys. There's no official car park and it's not listed on many maps. So to find it, you have to plug in the postcode SA13 2SR, which will bring you to a residential cul-de-sac just the other side of the M4. There is limited parking, so please be considerate of residents when doing so. The best place to park is beneath the flyover which you would have come through. Once you've parked up, this is where the hike starts, so I'm going to crack into it and walk you through it.
Past the derelict cottage on your right hand side and through the first metal swing gate. Cross over the wooden footbridge and follow the path that runs alongside the river upstream. The path will gradually rise as it weaves through the forest. Unfortunately, it isn't wheelchair friendly, but is well maintained. After around 1 kilometre, you'll reach a second wooden footbridge. Cross over this before passing through a second metal swing gate.
Now, after you pass through the second swing gate, you have two options. You can either head left up the steeper path. This takes you up the mountainside and gives you views looking over the reservoir. There are two viewpoints. The first one's after around 250 metres and the second one is a further 1 kilometre on. If you don't fancy the steep walk, you can head right, cross the stream and follow this path for around 300 metres to the base of the reservoir. I believe both paths do link up, so if you want to go from one to the other, I think you can. So I'm going to take the steeper path, loop around and drop back down to the base of the reservoir. Let's crack on. Now after around 5 minutes you reach the first viewpoint here with gorgeous views over Brombil Reservoir. You'll also have some slightly not so gorgeous views back towards Mordor and Middle Earth, which is Port Talbot Steelworks. Now there is a second viewpoint which you can reach up on the hill behind me, although to get to it you got to go carry on up the path for around half a mile, cross the river and then come back down. I'm going to crack on before looping down to the base of the reservoir. Now I'm here at the second viewpoint and as you can tell it's absolutely magnificent despite Mordor looming ominously in the background. Now Brombil Reservoir was an old colliery which supplied coal to Tybar Copper Works in the 1800s. The mine was shut down in 1880 and consequently flooded to supply water to the docks. It has a beautiful turquoise green colour which is caused by a species of blue-green algae which is in the water, and it's for that reason that Welsh Water, Dŵr Cymru, advises you do not swim here because that blue-green algae is harmful to both humans and dogs, causing skin rashes, eye irritations and nausea and potentially vomiting. Now I'm going to stick the drone up, see what it looks like from the sky before venturing down and viewing the reservoir from its base. So from the second viewpoint I dropped down, did a full loop of the reservoir before following the second path that I mentioned earlier down to the second gate before following the river back to Brombil Barns. All in all it's just over 3 miles and it was an absolutely magnificent walk, especially on a day like this. I was really impressed by the initial start of the walk, which is through this gorgeous woodland here, which is just as impressive as the reservoir itself. Now a couple of things to note about this walk. The paths are well maintained and easy to follow, but they do get rather muddy underfoot, so leave the Nike Air Maxes at home and wear an old pair of trainers. And there is a big issue with litter, so don't be a tosser. And if you can pick up any bits that you see and bring them back with you, every little helps. Thanks for watching, chuck us a like, and if you're feeling really generous, chuck us a subscribe. Diolch yn fawr, thank you very much.